Hello, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about pixel mapping a laser rig inside of Beyond without the use of a lighting console. So essentially what we want to do is we want to divide up a single clip and treat each laser like a slice of the pixel, right? So this laser is going to handle this point, this laser will handle that point, and so on and so forth. So the way we're going to do this is with an also to, right? So we're going to go to settings, projection zones, and I've already made one here so you can kind of see this cue at the beginning, but I'm going to delete this and we're going to start from scratch, right? So we're going to do add a projection zone. I'm going to call it pixel map. We'll click add, OK. Close. So now we have this zone that says pixel map. First thing we want to do is we want to assign this to projector 41. That's going to prevent any unintended output from this zone because it's just going to be a routing zone. Next, we're going to go to this also to tab here, right? And then this output to zones section is going to let us route what we want if a queue is assigned this destination, like where is it going to go, right? So we're going to come in here to edit, and then we have 8 zones for 8 lasers, right? So we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that we have all of these in here, we want to enable this guy right here. It's enable window and resize processing. Initially, what I think this was designed for, or what I used it for a long time ago, was like graphics mapping. So before you had distributed scanning, say you had a big logo and you wanted to divide that logo into 4 lasers, right? So you would use this guy um, like this, and like, okay, laser 1 is going to handle this corner, and then you could do this with laser 2 to the right, and you build this little square, and then you line up these corners on your projection surface, and then whatever content you send to it, it would be distributed between those 4 lasers. But you get a really cool effect if you look the other way, if you look at the lasers. So this gave me an idea. So we'll put this back to 100 and negative 100 here. So we're going to come in here, we're going to enable all these. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to note the range here. So we're negative 100 to positive 100. So we have 200 numbers total, and we have 8 lasers. So I mean, 8 lasers is pretty easy, but if you bust out a calculator and divide 200 by 8, that gives you 25. So we should have 25% of this will be assigned to each zone. So if we're starting at negative 100, we want to go to the right side is negative 75. We're going to click on the next one, and we're going to make the left side of it the same as the right side of the previous one. So that's negative 75. So left negative 75, we'll go another 25%, so that's 50. And then same, the right side will be the left side of the next one. So negative 50, negative 25, negative 25, 0, 0, 25, 25, 50, 50, 75, 75, and 100. So now if we just down arrow, we should see these slices in order. So now we've created our pixel map. The next thing we want to do is we want to block content of this zone after also to distribution. That's going to prevent also outputting to this thing's own zone, right? If you don't have this assigned to projector 41, Like say you had it assigned to like projector 1, you would accidentally output something to that zone. And I'll show you here. So if I turn that on, and I have the preview built for these four, but I don't have the preview built for this zone that is full size right now. So if I disable that, you can see these dots showed up. So I'm outputting to this zone. So we don't want to do that. We want to turn that off. So now that we have this, uh, we can hit OK and we save it. And so now we have our pixel map, and it has some really fun behavior, right? So let's say if we zoom this, you can see these fingers kind of spread out like fingers on a hand. It would be really difficult to do this on a timeline, uh, right? You can see this is crawling in as if it's one big laser with 8 points. Sorry, my dog's breathing heavy in the background. Uh, so yeah, there's a lot of fun things we can do here. We can chase a color effect through it. This is all done with this pixel map zone, right? This one, right? So this is what it would. Well, here, let me use a better option. So this one here, we're gonna bring this guy back to its normal zones and see what that queue would look like, right? So that's normally what the queue would look like. But when we split that queue up and act like it's only going to one laser, then we get this really fun effect here. I'm a big fan of it. Uh, and I made a quick timeline to show you its use. Like, don't judge me on this. It's just something to demonstrate like the different ways it can be used. You are my overdose. And that's how you pixel map a laser rig. Have fun.